I'm Barry Farber. It is nice when you call and say, oh, Mr. Farber, I agree with you, but that really gets us nowhere. I want your enmity, hostility. I want your questions. Give me a call right here on the Barry Farber Show. Weekdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Welcome to the PM Show, weekend edition on sports from CRN Digital Talk Radio, the competition radio network CRN. I'm Michael Horn, and now the chief competitor, the all-pro defensive end, 2 safeties scored in one game. We call him the Sultan of Safeties. The acting legend, the one and only American icon, Mr. Fred Dryer.
Thanks so very much. I've been getting an awful lot of inquiries as to my opinion as to what we should do with Ray Rice.
Oh, yeah, that's a big story today. What's going on now there?
There's a lot of stuff that's going on other than that. You know, I'm getting, as you are, or I'm getting ready for the debate tomorrow. You know, this week we're having the debates.
Yeah, there's big debates
presidential
going on.
Debates.
We do this show live on Wednesdays, we should mention, if you're hearing it on the weekend. So we do it Wednesday when we're talking about this. But the debate season is here, is it not? This is the time.
Yeah, the debate season's here. And, you know, the debaters are debating what to do about Trump. And I love all that type of stuff. And I've always looked at these things, and it's wonderful when you know. When you know what to do, when you know that you're ahead, when you know that you are an intimidating force, and you know that you've got a toehold to the ear of the American people, and so it's politics as usual, except for when it comes to Trump, and Trump makes his own politics.
That's true.
Everybody else, he knows that all of these contestants. And that's what they are. They're not candidates; they're contestants. You know?
Is that it's like a quiz show? Is that it?
That's exactly what
it is. Like it. You're right.
It's a contestants,
They're
and all the other contestants are locked in the form of politics.
And they all say the same thing.
He's the only candidate that is not locked within the form of politics.
And he sounds different, and that's why he's got the higher ratings, because he's speaking from just a whole different level. It's like finally Americans are saying, like,
that's right.
I want someone that just tells it like it is and shoots from the hip. None of this, well, we can't offend this, we got to do this, and we've got to do this. No, it's like, you know, let's stop funding, I don't want my taxes going to a place where they're robbing baby parts out of dead babies. It's like, you know what, I don't want my money used for that. Get private funding for that. Not my money. Fix the holes in the street. Get stuff fixed. I'm tired of this kind of stuff, and I want a guy that says that.
Now, not only do you feel that way, but there's many people, probably millions of people that feel the same way. And let me tie this into Ray Rice,
please.
So as we know, as I said, the other 16 contestants are locked in a politic. And so they're constrained by a politic. They have to speak to the people in a form of a politic, whereas Trump came out blustering purposely, so he wasn't sentenced to being in the politic.
Exactly.
He was out of the politic, speaking to people as a citizen, as a businessman, and being able to talk to them in a way that they have relished. They wish their politicians.
He's as fed up as we are.
That's exactly correct. So now Ray Rice wants to come back. And I say this, 2 things are true. I think a man should be able to pursue his interests and his profession, number one.
Right.
But unfortunately, Ray is locked into a politic. He pounded his girlfriend in an elevator and drug her out. The politics saw that. They rushed in and grabbed Ray away from the league, away from a non-political element, and wrapped him into a politic. He's now the prisoner of the politic, and he wants out. And
pretty deep. I like what you're saying.
He's not gonna get out.
Yeah, he's stuck. He is now in the politic.
He's in the politic.
They needed it for the story. It's there. He's the politic.
Yep.
He's stuck there. However, Kelly Osbourne isn't. I don't know who's cleaning her toilet, so we'll talk about that too.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
PM Show, weekend edition on sports from CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn, star of our show, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thanks so very much. Welcome back to our show. There's a couple of things here I want, Courtney Kadair, or Crack.
Executive producer
here. She does such a wonderful job, as does everybody else here at CRN Talk.
Byron doesn't. Byron, the intern, he doesn't do too.
What about Tommy? Tommy does.
Tomas, very good. He punches he's good here.
Look at him in there.
He is ready to go, and he wears a very special ball cap for us every week. Have you noticed that?
No, I haven't.
Okay, neither have I.
So, here's the deal. We're on Twitter. Twitter is at Fred_Dreyer. Facebook, The Real Fred Dreyer. And we get an awful lot of stuff. Email freddreyer@crntalk.com. And we get an awful lot of stuff from everywhere. We get people from all around the world because we're broadcast around the world as well as domestic.
That's right. It's domestic and international.
And there's some great little notes. There's a couple here that I want to acknowledge.
Okay.
There's a man here from Holland.
Ooh.
Pruelke Dulecki. Pruelke Dulecki. Hi, Fred. Had to say hi from all of us in Holland. We've met each other in Santa Monica in 2007 at the Peterson Car Museum, and I do remember being there. Our son Ramon was a wish child from the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and his wish came true on December 2007. So that was a very nice thing for him to say. I hope you guys are doing well over there. Another one here is a man from Marrakesh, Morocco. R-A-C-H, Beck.
Known there in Marrakesh as The Rock.
Yes. And he says, I saw your series Rick Hunter for many years. It's so very nice to see you, and how I enjoyed your partner, Stephanie Kramer. There's only one TV channel and no internet, nothing. Imagine my surprise to see you in 2015. I'm so happy to see you again. Excuse my language. I do not speak English well. I hope that with all my heart that you will take the time to read my words and answer me. I would be very happy to thank you. I would be very happy. Thank you so much, Fred Dreyer. And that's Rock Beck in Marrakesh, Morocco. And lastly, Daniel Garland. Fred was a huge Ram fan during the 70s. Have got some old games on DVDs from that era.
Wow, DVDs?
Some really DVDs, yeah.
You've got some on VHS videotape.
I've got them on, I got them on
Betamax.
On an old Hasselblad camera. Do you think the Rams will be moving back to Los Angeles? Yes, I do.
You do, don't you?
Yes, I do. Have you read Jack Youngblood's most recent book? Yes, I have. It's very good. Wishing you the best, and to know that there are a lot of Rams fans out there from your era. And we want to thank you and thank everybody for listening to us around the world. This is a global operation, folks. We're just not here in Southern California. We're everywhere, So thank you so much for those notes. And getting back to Ray Rice, I do believe that Ray is held hostage. We got to get him out of there. I would like to see him play. At the same time, I also know that if he's not performing up to speed, he's not going to get a job. He's 28, 29 years of age. He got 2 or 3 years left for a running back at that age. And is it worth it? Is it worth the notoriety? Is it worth the hassle? That has to be determined by the team. But I believe he should be allowed to earn a living in this country. At least that's how I believed it should be. And Ray made a big blunder, but he and his wife are still together, and they're both working diligently to change their lives around. I think he has, the way he sounds. I've heard her speak, and she sounds coherent and on the ball. So the most part I think we can hope for is that Ray is released by the politic. He's held hostage.
Well, he's began preseason training just this last weekend, and he's unsigned. He mentioned his wife, Janae Rice, and, they've talked about you saw the footage in the elevator where he punched his wife out, and he says he had an appeal there. Quoting Ray, he says, "I can understand some people probably never will forgive my actions, but I think that every step that I took to going forward right now, over time, I want to be able to rewrite the script to tell my daughter that Daddy made the worst decision of his life, but this is what I did going forward."
Yeah,
and I think that's
all
key.
the right thing to say.
It is the right thing.
Yeah.
So, but you think he's caught in that politic?
Yeah, he's wrapped up. He's been branded globally. That story went everywhere. And see, what I mean by that, folks, is that because of, and this dovetails into, Brady and Deflategate.
Tom Brady, yeah.
But here's what happens. Once something happens in a subculture like that is so revered and looked upon and is so famous globally, and something like this happens, if it's not handled immediately by those in charge, i.e. the commissioner's office and the collective 32 owners, if you don't get on it immediately and tell people by your actions that you know what you're doing, don't worry about it, we'll take care of this. And the first thing that comes into their across their desk is the fact is that what are we going to do with Ray Rice knocking his girlfriend out in the elevator? And the first thing that should be said is, here's the punishment. And it can't be 2 games and $1,500 fine. You have to hit him where it's going to hurt.
Exactly.
So you got to come out and say, okay, Ray, it's a year, no pay.
Yeah.
We got it handled next. You want to get the onus off the deed and the player.
Exactly.
And you want to get people to push this thing aside
and they took too
move
long.
on.
They took too long.
The commissioner is completely, complicit in this disaster, and these owners are so stupid not to have this taken care of. And so they allowed it to fester, and here's what you have. It's the same thing with Deflategate. Tom Brady is the one being accused after a game from deflating balls. If he did or he didn't, it's beside the point. The point was he should, as the premier dog in that sport at quarterback, Hall of Famer, he should have come up after the game the next morning and said, or that day in the locker room, yeah, I had 3 balls deflated, and I'll talk to you about that. So it's on me, and let's not worry about it.
But the officials check them before they go out.
But the officials are handling these balls as well as everybody else. So let's just put the emphasis on the importance of this story in the right place. He should have defused it and taken control there. I blame Brady for that. I still blame him for spinning way out of orbit with this thing. He's really stupid. So was the owner of the team. He's just stumbling along trying to be a friend to Brady in the way he possibly can. So the league now is just like in the Ray Rice case. They show that they couldn't come up with a punishment. They didn't know what they were doing in the Ray Rice deal, and it left the door open for an outside politic
to do it.
This woman's movement that came in, these 3 women said, well, we know how to deal with blacks from the inner city in pro football. Honestly, we know what to do now because we understand the culture, the black culture with single parents and all this stuff and the anger and everything. So we'll take care of that. And they grabbed him and they took him away from the league and they got into this thing, and now they're co-opting this thing and they're institutionalizing this problem within the National Football League, and the NFL is watching them do it. Because they're lame and they're stupid and they don't have any control over their own business. So the league has been left bare to the politic, and that's the commissioner's fault.
Yeah, it's the PM show here. Email Fred Dreyer if you would like to. Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com. It's the PM show here on CRN.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. Really? Yeah. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent time. Call now, 800-471-5173, 800-471-5173.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California for our sizzling party savings. Book your wedding event or reception, your birthday bash, or a special event of any kind and celebrate at Angelo's and Vinci's. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's and celebrate in one of our many festive banquet rooms. It's an incredible fun event you will never forget. Food, music, and lots of fun. Call for the details, and don't forget our daily lunch and dinners, plus our Sunday champagne brunch. Just $14.95. Minestrone soup, sausage and peppers, pastas, chicken dishes, salads, scones, and muffins. Plus so much more, a chocolate fondue fountain, Zeppelis, cannolis, fresh fruit, champagne, and Junior will be waiting to make the omelet of your choice from our omelet bar. Angelo's and Vinci's has been voted on the Orange County Hot List as one of the top 5 Italian restaurants for the past 6 years. And don't forget our award-winning pizzas. Thin or thick, they're yummy. It's all at Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022, 714-879-4022. PM show nationwide, coast to coast, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show, the Sultan of Safeties, 2 safeties in 1 game, the all-pro defensive end, the star of so many great TV shows, movies, Hunter, Land's End, and coming up, Agent X this fall. It'll be on TNT, the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
You know, thank you so much. What's interesting is Adidas is offering James Harden from the Houston Rockets $200 million.
$200 million?
To leave Nike.
Well, here's the thing. One more thought on Ray Rice. I mean, this guy lost all of his endorsements when he had that situation.
Well, yeah, he should.
He lost everything over there.
That's what's going to happen.
And so you're saying this guy now on, who is this from the Rockets?
James Harden.
Is getting, he's getting 200, how many million?
They've offered him $200 million
to leave
Nike and to go with Adidas.
I'd do that. That's no much of a decision breaker for me. I would do that. $200 million.
13-year deal. 200 over 13.
$200 million over 13.
Yeah,
that's at least $1 million a year. With my quick they're
just printing money over there in the NBA.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Anyway,
now, one final note on Ray Rice just before we get out of this situation. We were talking about him last segment. Another quote from Ray. He said, "I treated this year, for me being out, as an injury year, except for it wasn't physical. It was mental. I was everything about rehabilitating myself to be the best husband, father, and go out there and share my story. I'm not afraid to say right now that I feel like I'm a rehabilitated man. I took this year as an injury mentally. Mentally, I just went through a lot.
That's a good way of putting it.
That's a good way of putting it. I think he deserves another chance.
Again, I say his
He's in
talent.
the politics.
He should. He should be.
How does he get out of that politic? How does he get out of that politic the league put it, that the media has put him into and the league put him into?
He needs help from the league. See, if I'm the owner of the Ravens, if I'm the owner of the Ravens,
yep.
I try to salvage this kid, and just say, I understand what's going on. He's paid his dues, and we forgive you if your wife's forgiven you. And we want to pull you out of the social media and the woodpile that is this terrible politic that you've been co-opted by. And so we're going to bring you back on the team.
Okay.
And we're going to tell people, Ray's a good guy, and we're going to give him another shot. And if he doesn't perform, then they release him. If he does, then they pay him.
And how do they get out of Deflategate? What happens there? How does Brady get out of that?
Well, he's going to do his time. He's going to do 4 games, and you're going to move on. But the ugliness pervades, and his reputation. And if there's any opportunity for those that hate that organization, from the previous cheat gate that they went through, with catching, the Patriots. Filming the other team's signals.
Yeah, that's what they go back to. They're trying to get the comeuppance.
And believe me, that's nothing.
Yeah,
that's done all the time. Again, I say this, what Brady did, deflating balls isn't the problem. The problem is that his attitude toward it.
Yeah,
his attitude.
Should have jumped on it right away.
He is
best
acting,
defense, a good offense.
Well, he's acting as if he has done something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling people, when they say, "Hey, Ray, did you take the last 2 cookies out of the bottom?" No. Well, that's the problem now.
Yeah.
So now his character's in question. He just say, "Yeah, I did. I shouldn't have, but I did. But that's okay. I'm gonna go out and buy another dozen." There's ways of doing this that are just common sense. What you don't want to have happen to you, and it's happening all the time, is to be caught like quicksand into the politic of the day, and be branded in such a way that it follows you around the rest of your life.
That's true. All right, a baseball question for you. This came up in a game over the weekend. Dodgers playing the Angels, and the Dodgers is a good game, back and forth on a Sunday. And Dodgers go ahead 3-2. Ethier, gets his run in there. Anyway, so it's bottom of the top of the 9th inning. Game can be over, and Mattingly, the Dodger manager, pulls one of these. He's got a guy out there, old Rip Van Winkle out there, the guy with the big beard that's out there, Howell, and he has a little rough outing, but then gets 2 outs. He's got 1 more out to put him away, and they pull him to bring in a left-hander to face a left-handed batter. So they want left against left, and the batter hits a long fly and gets the other run in, and the game is tied up. Why did they leave Howell out there? Is it that important to make those changes? I talked to Matt Young, famed reliever in many different teams, and he says, I made a living out of that because he was a situational lefty as well. What's your thought, Fred Dreyer?
It's completely, it should be a gut feeling.
That
manager knows who's in the bullpen that he can trust to get out. Case in point, now we'll discuss this when we come back, but case in point, the other night when, what's his name, Peralta comes in and hangs a curveball, and I said, the bases are loaded. You don't want to bring that guy in. That's the wrong matchup for crying out loud.
Clear the bases with a grand slam. CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow-top mattresses, luxurious linens, and down-filled comforters. The Fountain Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays.
It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingrovinn.com.
Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you can make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? Yes! According to the U.S. Census Bureau, you can make almost twice as much. Going back to college is now easier than ever. There are select online colleges that provide laptops to their students. In fact, there are thousands of college programs on your laptop. You can go to college anywhere and everywhere right from a laptop. Call My College Laptop and you can find hundreds of programs from accredited colleges and universities nationwide. Start a new career in law enforcement, business, information technology, healthcare, and hundreds of others. Call My College Laptop to find an online college that will provide you with a laptop. In no time at all, you can double your earning potential. Double your earning potential. Call now. 1-800-582-7531. That's 800-582-7531. 800-582-7531.
Have you ever considered adding a home security system but thought it would be too expensive? Here's the good news. There's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home, valuables, and your loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Here's even better news. Your new system, worth $850, is free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and purchase monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Get the peace of mind that comes with owning an ADT monitored system, plus a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, Staples guy. I need to get my kids ready for back to school.
Well, Staples has everything they need at low prices, like comp books for just 50 cents, so they'll be 110% ready.
Wait, that's 10% more ready than totally ready.
Yep.
That extra 10% evens it all out.
Sorry?
Well, I'm usually 10 minutes late getting them to school, so.
That doesn't even it out.
Yeah, sure it does.
Make low prices happen. Make 110% ready happen. Staples. Make more happen. Right now, Lexar S50 16 gigabyte flash drives are just $6.99.
Offer valid while supplies last. Limit 5 per customer. Ends 8/8/15.
AJ here from the Tee It Up Radio Network. Each week we cover the world of golf for you. Celebrating 18 years, Tee It Up continues to bring you fresh inside the ropes reporting and one-on-ones with Hollywood's most passionate golfers. So stay in the know with the Tee It Up Show, Sunday morning 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on CRN, Digital Talk Radio.
Catch the gang from Tee It Up on CRN1 Sundays 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
PM show nationwide, coast to coast on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Michael Horn, along with the one and only Fred Dreyer, talking sports here. All right, so we're talking about this shift here, where you're in a game and you're on the defense out there. You bring in the left-handed pitcher to pitch against a left-handed batter, left against left, right against right. Supposed to be an advantage. Dodgers do that. They take out Howell. They brought in Baez, I believe, and he goes and gives this triple or something out to center field. The game is tied up, and the game could have been won. With one more out, we're leaving Howell in the game. It's a gut feel.
Listen, you have to know your pitchers, and you have to know what the situation is. Kevin Kennedy made a very interesting point. He made
former Dodger, former manager in the big leagues and a Dodger announcer, yes.
Yeah, and he's has some pretty good insight. And he said something, this was during spring training actually, but he brings it up when every time that the Dodgers commit this blunder. If the score is such that it's close,
yes,
and you've got a pitcher, your pitcher, that is struggling.
Yes.
And you've got two people on base. You don't allow that pitcher to pitch to the third guy that would load the bases up, because you don't want to bring in a reliever with no room for error.
There you go. I agree with you on that. That would be a gut feel.
So you must replace that pitcher before that guy, the third guy that would fill the bases up, comes up to the plate.
There's only one guy on base.
So
here
you bring in whatever pitcher it is that you want with 2 guys on, not the bases loaded.
Right.
Okay. Because a lot of pitchers, a lot of managers say, well, gee, we got 1 out, we got 2 outs. Let's see if we can get him through this inning. Mistake. You know, they commit the blunder, and now you got a guy coming in.
So you'd pull him. You'd pull the guy.
If you're going to dump him, why let him pitch another guy? Get rid of him and bring in the guy that you want him to pitch to. So you bring in a guy the other night, Peralta, who throws. He's insufferable. He takes so much time to pitch. His pitches. He hangs these curveballs. It takes 15 minutes for the ball to get out of his hand. It's a beach ball. It just floats up there. And anybody can see it. And when they brought him in, they had Baez back there who could throw 98.
Yeah.
And I said, bring a killer in here to blow this guy away and get out of the inning without any runs.
They didn't do it. They brought Peralta in.
So you bring Peralta in, who's the wrong pitcher
for that situation.
Because his ball hangs in the air. He keeps throwing these arcing breaking
were
balls.
Loaded, right?
And they were, I called it. I just said it's going to be a grand slam because this guy hangs curveballs like, the guy at, what's his name? The crazy guy on the radio hangs wallpaper. This guy comes into the game and he throws these bloated curveballs. And this guy hit it, into New Jersey, this guy.
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous. And so that's a gut feel. You don't bring that guy in. You bring in a flamethrower. So, I'm on the phone texting and tweeting people.
You were tweeting. You were probably very perturbed.
I was just crazy. I was livid because I am prone to say, I hate being right,
I hear you.
But seeing as I'm right, I want to get paid for it. So
at Fred_Dryer, just follow this man. He goes crazy.
Right. It's ridiculous. I can't take it because it is baseball mythology, baseball wisdom instead of common sense.
Yeah.
I want the guy to come in there and like Tommy Lasorda would say, he'll come out and make the move himself. He comes out and brings the guy in and tells the guy, I want you to strike this guy out. I don't want you to walk him. I don't want you to load the bases. I want you to strike him out. Now let's get with it. And he walks off and the guy's got his marching orders and the catcher and the pitcher work together to strike the guy out and get out of the inning.
That's it.
And that's what you do. Who can best strike him out? You're going to fool him with a bloated curveball?
That's not baseball anymore. There's too much feeling. It's like everything else. It's like,
Mattingly.
Don't even stay out there and talk to the guy.
I like Mattingly.
I like Mattingly.
I like, when I say I like him, I'm hoping he gets better as a manager because I don't think he's making that big of progress. So, he brings this guy in and I'm saying, what about Peralta and this hanging curveball and the bases loaded with the game on the line makes you want to make that decision? Don't you want some guy to throw the ball 98 past this guy?
Yeah, strikes. Burn him out of there.
And I'm trying to figure it out and I'm going crazy doing it. And
meanwhile, the grand slam occurs.
And the guy hits the ball and just like I said, well, there it is.
Yeah. Good souvenir baseball. All right, so then what about this other? I'm watching this other game. In fact, it was just the other night too. This again a Dodger game. We do the show out of Southern California, but they get this new pitcher Alex Wood, and they get him from Atlanta, and he's going up against the Phillies. What was that throw that he made where the ball sort of fell out of his glove? What was that balk? Did they call it a balk? Is that what?
Yeah, it's a balk. He was winding up the throw,
and the ball came out.
And the ball came out and rolled over to the first base line. It stayed inbounds, and everybody moved around the base, and it was ridiculous. It didn't have anything.
Is that truly a balk? Is that the rule? Yeah.
The ball came. He was making a motion to home plate, and he dropped the ball.
What if he's on the mound and he's just standing there and looking in for the sign and he drops the ball? That's a balk also?
If his foot is on the
rubber. Okay, gotcha.
His foot's on the rubber.
His foot's on the rubber. I see that. So that's some baseball jargon. What about the Angels? They were doing so well, winning a bunch in a row, and all of a sudden they
lost 9 in a row or
That's
so.
not good. They're not scoring too many runs. They were scoring lots of runs, and now all of a sudden they've sputtered out of gas. What happens with a team like that, where they get the momentum and then all of a sudden one or two things happen, next thing you know, everything stops?
Well, when you play 162 games, any scenario that you can imagine happening will happen. No team. If you did a cross section on every team, was that 30 teams?
Yeah.
Okay. There's 32 football teams and there's 30 baseball teams. If you did a cross section of 30 baseball games, of teams through 162 games, you'd find out that the pattern is the same for every team.
They win some, they lose some.
They'll blow games. They take on the same characteristics as each other. It just happens different times of the year.
PM Show Weekend Edition on sports coming to you from CRN. Here's a couple of email address for Fred Dryer is Fred Dryer, D-R-Y-E-R, at crntalk.com. That's Fred Dryer at crntalk.com. On Facebook, follow Fred /The Real Fred Dryer, and he is a tweeting fool. Follow him on Twitter at Fred_Dryer. That's at Fred_DRYER. Check it out as we continue here straight ahead on CRN.
I'm Jay Farner with some great news on how you could save an average of $3,000 per year on your mortgage. Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. The HARP guidelines have changed. There's less paperwork and often no appraisal required. Call 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN, or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed law 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, Staples guy. I have to get my kids ready for back to school.
Staples has tons of deals, like one subject notebooks for just 25 cents. So they'll be 110% ready.
Wait a minute. That's 10% more ready than 100% ready.
That's right.
Yeah, I was a math major.
I could tell.
Make low prices happen. Make 110% ready happen. Staples. Make more happen. Right now, Lexar S50 16 gigabyte flash drives are just $6.99.
Offer valid while supplies last. Limit 5 per customer. Ends 8/8/15.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Welcome back to the PM Show Weekend Edition on sports. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show, Mr. Fred Dryer. So we're talking some baseball here, and let's talk rookies. They were saying that the Cubs had that guy Bryant, the Dodgers had Jock Peterson, and now they're saying that the Giants have this guy who's looking pretty good, Matt Duffy. He's batting .300. He's got the second highest batting average, .301, the second highest on base plus sluggage percentage at .797 among the National League rookies. Now the Giants had the Panda there at third base, and he was traded away, or he actually re-signed with the Red Sox. And so now it looks like the Giants may have lucked out here with this guy who started as a utility man, now doing pretty well at third base here for him.
Oh.
Matt Duffy.
Yeah.
Now let's talk Jock Peterson. Here was a guy, and I'm telling you, the Dodgers have been snake bit. I do not like the home run derby. If I was an owner of a team, I would not let any of my players perform on the home run derby, especially if they're rookies. First off, Yasiel Puig was doing quite well for the Dodgers over a year ago until he got into the All-Star game, got into the home run derby, and hit exactly 0 home runs. The guy's been a head case since that time till right now. The man has not recovered. And then Jock Peterson almost wins the home run derby, getting these nice slow ones thrown up to him. Now he's trying to rip home runs every time. He's striking out more than anyone else. This guy, Jock Peterson, is striking out more than I would in the major leagues.
Yes. Yes, that's correct.
I'm looking for your thoughts on this, Fred. That's what I'm tossing it to you. I just threw it at you.
Well,
I knew there'd be a yes, of course.
Every once in a while, they will cut away, the cameras will, after Jacques strikes out yet again. He's on course to strike out 500 times.
Unbelievable. Do you send him down to the minors for a little training or something?
They cut away to Big Mac and John Valentin.
Big Mac?
You know who Big Mac
Mark
is?
Mark McGuire.
Yeah.
Is that Big Mac?
Not that fast food guy.
No.
But, you know.
Big Mac, yeah.
Big Mac.
Yeah.
You know, they look over and there's a guy with a Big Mac head on him, you know, plastic head.
Running around as the icon.
But they, and you can see the look of frustration on everybody's faces. Mattingly is a very good hitter. So is Big Mac and so was John Valentin. I believe that Jacques in good hands with those people.
You would not send him down to the minors with his gold coach?
I don't know about that. You have to be on the set, on location to really make that decision, you know. But it's heartbreaking to send that kid up there with runners in scoring position and the teams can't score runs and he strikes out.
Yeah. All the time. I send him down. I do send him down and say, look, you're just going to go down there, get a little work under your belt here to get your swing back, because obviously something happened from swinging for the fences in the home run derby. Coming back, the guy was hitting lots of home runs. He had 20-some home runs.
Remember. The league didn't know anything about him until the halfway mark, and then they started to wise up, and he's been around the league enough now for people to know that this is how you get him out. And so he's saturated.
It's true.
He's got 300 at bats now, and so he's saturated.
They know what to do.
All the pitchers know how to do it. They know how to pitch him. They don't pitch him fastballs the first time up down the middle of the plate, and they know how to pitch him. They know his sucker pitch. It's like Matt Kemp, you know, down and away with a slider.
Down and away. Same with Puig, down and away.
Yeah, and that's what they do. They set him up. And you can almost predict the pitches they're gonna show them.
You can do it.
And the other thing else is what's interesting is, and this is probably a statement for everybody, but, the Dodgers, especially Jimmy Rollins, they always take the first pitch. And
take it.
And that's oftentimes in the sequence, the best pitch you're gonna see.
Okay, so let's talk about that, because I'm an old school baseball guy, like, I always let the first strike go. But
why?
Just to kind of get the arm moving, get the guy to throw extra pitches.
Well, then now if it's a strike, you've only got 2 strikes left.
Okay, so now I'm maybe changing my mind based on what you've said and looking at it, because there's statistics out there that say Yasiel Puig of the Dodgers, for example, hits his home runs on the first pitch. He's been taking pitches, and all of a sudden no home runs, nothing going on. You're allowing the pitcher, if you let that first strike go by, to get ahead of you in the count, and then you're at his mercy.
Well, Nomar Garciaparra won 3 batting titles hitting the first pitch.
Is that true?
That's true.
Yeah.
And he says it all the time. He says oftentimes that might be the best pitch you're going to see in the sequence, and depends on the situation.
You have to be ready when you go up there for that first pitch.
You've got to be. If it's yours, hit it.
Yeah.
See ball, hit ball. I mean, what's the purpose of letting a great pitch, 95, 90 mile an hour, go down the middle of the plate and just letting it go by?
Because it gets you set in there. And
no, it doesn't.
The mighty case
does nothing. It does nothing.
You get to
all
see
it
what
does.
he's doing.
It takes 33% of your chances away from you.
Oh, now you're doing. See, now you've gone down to now you got your calculator. I go on gut feel. I got to get that pitcher's arm, and early in the game I may be taking a picture, maybe later in the game I'm going after the pitch. It depends. If it looks like a good pitch, yes, I'll swing at it. But, I'm careful. And when I played for the KRLA All-Stars, I usually always took the first pitch.
Usually a pitcher's best pitch is the fastball, and he wants to get ahead of you, so it opens up the gate to give you all the other pitches that you don't want to see.
Yeah, it's true.
All right.
I used to strike out a lot when I was on the KRLA All-Stars.
Of course you did.
When I connected, it was a pretty darn good hit, and it was slow pitch. I actually had a pretty high on-base percentage, if I say so myself.
Well,
not the greatest fielder, played first base over there. As long as you threw from the waist up, I was deadly on my catches. Throw it on kind of low.
Did you take your glove off to have to throw?
No, I kept it on, but I had a glove on both hands. I don't know, that's what we used to do. We had gloves on both hands.
Yeah.
And I used to do a little weed work and pick grapes and stuff with them too. All right, we'll take a break, come back straight ahead more. It's the PM Show, weekend edition on sports with the one and only Fred Dreyer. Email Fred Dreyer at crntalk.com.
Hi folks, this is Larry Minetti, and many of you out there suffer from skin problems. Well, I've been telling you for months how to solve that problem. It's called Herpanasin. It's the most unique and effective formula on the market. It cleans your skin from the inside out. It gets rid of all kinds of acne on your back, your neck, your face, so you can feel and you could look like a movie star. Herpanasin is a natural supplement. It was created by Dr. Wayne Diamond and his staff, and trust me, this really works. I've been on these supplements for over a year now and never had a problem. There is no reason in the world to wake up and be afraid to look in the mirror. You trust Larry. Just try it. Call 888-467-4200. 888-467-4200.
CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow top mattresses, luxurious linens, and down-filled comforters. The Fountain Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays. It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingroveinn.com.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. Really? Yeah. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent time. Call now, 800-471-5173, 800-471-5173.
PM Show, nationwide, coast to coast, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show, Fred Dreyer. So, Fred, you had this great storied career with the New York Giants, and then, of course, many, many years with the Los Angeles Rams. Maybe they'll be the Los Angeles Rams again if they move from St. Louis.
Let's hope so, yeah.
But back in the day, you used to play with a lot of great legends. Did you ever talk to like a guy like Frank Gifford or somebody like that? Did they come around to talk to you on the sidelines? Did they?
Yeah, Frank. One of the first guys I met was Frank.
Really?
Yeah, and he's an SC boy from Bakersfield. Yeah, and he went to USC, and I remember as a kid growing up listening to Frank play with the USC Trojans.
And where did he go from the Trojans? Did he have an NFL
career? He was drafted
career?
by the Giants. Yes, he was.
By the Giants. And so he would, you were drafted also by the Giants, so you share that in common with
that's right. And then so when I went back there and got to know everybody and meet everybody, Frank came up to me and introduced himself, and I told him, I said, gee, I'm a big fan, blah, blah, blah. And we became good friends over the years. And
was he like a quarterback when he played? Is that what did he play? What position?
Running back.
Oh, so he really tied down into you a little bit.
He's a running back.
He's a running back. And, you could run and then defense.
He was a running back, and then they moved him to flanker.
They do?
Yeah, they put him in a slot out there and then let him run down the field.
So would he throw some little tips and stuff at you when he would watch you or something and say anything?
No, Frank wasn't that way. He was just there to lend himself to the aura that was the New York Giants.
That's good.
Remember when I was there in 69, they had won it in 63, or they won it in 62, I think. No. They had won it and
they've never won anything.
63, I think it was. I think the Bears won in 64 or 63, 64. But anyway, but the point is that he was part of the remnants of the great heyday of the Giants.
Got it. So it was well liked.
And so he was very well liked and still is and loved and respected as he should be. And so he was working for CBS Sports at the time. He was also, on his way, I think, in 1970.
Towards Monday Night Football.
Toward Monday Night Football, and then he and Howard and everybody's. So when I went to the Giants, I met all the national media people.
Did Howard come and talk to you?
Oh,
Howard
yeah.
Cosell?
He was one of the first guys that interviewed me in training camp.
What'd you think of Howard?
I liked Howard. I told him so. I said, I think you do a great job, if you take that thing off your head.
Who was you actually said that to him?
We told you sure did.
Now, who was your favorite? Did you have a favorite announcer, somebody that you kind of liked that you say you like these guys? Was there a favorite that you like, a particular one?
Well, Howard. I mean, Howard is pretty good, I mean, all the national guys were, based out of, different parts of the state. Different parts of the country. How about the
Ram announcers? Did you have a favorite Ram announcer that would come down and talk to you?
I always liked, Bob Kelly.
Bob Kelly, old Kel.
The old liver lips.
Bob Kelly.
He was great, but then, Dick Enberg took over with Dick Bass and then Don Drysdale. And people don't know this.
I didn't know that.
Don Drysdale for 1973.
Did you have a connection with him because you were he was a right-hander, you were a right-hander, right?
Yeah.
And so,
we used to compare fastballs.
Seriously, right? Because you started out, people don't know this about you, that you wanted to be a baseball player and blew your arm out in college or whatever.
Really fixed it good. And then I sat out for a while, and then worked at the Rex Trophy Shop down in Lawndale.
You were known as Big D yourself in the college circuit.
Was I?
Dryer, yeah. You were Big D, Big Dryer. And, all right, we're out of time. I'm sorry. We'll get into that.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened.
Thanks for blowing that segment. I had a whole segment here for
sorry.
people.
All right, save it for next week.
Nice work.
We're out of time here. All right, if you miss anything, go to our website at crntalk.com. Fred will put a segment up there for you after the show. And don't forget to email Fred Dryer, Fred Dryer at crntalk.com. Fred Dryer at crntalk.com, and that's on Twitter, Fred
You're eating up my time here.
Sorry, final thoughts from Fred.
Hey, listen, keep those cards and letters coming in, folks, and those Twitters and Facebook stuff. I sure appreciate it, and God bless. We'll see you next time.
Enjoying all your favorite CRN programming is easier than ever. It's right on your TV, through your local cable provider, and on the web at crntalk.com. But when you're on the move, stuck in a plane, train, or in your car, catch up on all the shows you missed. Or listen live to your favorites. Download our CRN app from your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Just search for CRN Digital Talk Radio. Or search for your favorite CRN shows on apps like iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, AHA Radio, uTunes, and Nobex. Now you have access to all of our great shows anywhere in the world and the ability to be part of them by calling our toll-free studio line at 800-336-2225. For more information on where and how to listen, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
The radio channels. The radio channels. CRN.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. President Obama is warning that if Congress torpedoes the Iran nuclear deal, sanctions will unravel, Tehran will speed up its nuclear program, and either he or a future president will have to consider military strikes to prevent an Iranian bomb.
Let's not mince words. The choice we face is ultimately between diplomacy or some form of war. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not 3 months from now, but soon.
But Senate Foreign Relations Committee Chairman Bob Corker says a closed-door meeting with the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency today did not ease his mind about the Iranian nuclear deal, and he said